Again, in this series with Gargano, it is not about elevating Gargano to have a match against Kazuchika Okada. It is more or less spotlighting those who have been flying under the radar and have not been given the opportunity to be spotlighted on the channel. And that is where this comes with Gargano against Robert Roode. Johnny Wrestling going against Robert Roode, as Bobby Roode has not been featured much outside of tag team matches with Dolph Ziggler. And I think the last time I remember featuring Bobby Roode is the tag team tournament that I put together at the end of last year as a special to end the year. But now Bobby Roode is back in Johnny Gargano's series as Johnny Wrestling steps up and steps in to the forefront. Johnny reverses Bobby Roode, squirms out of the suplex, and Johnny reverses him with an Eye of the Hurricane. Or Johnny drops him with an Eye of the Hurricane. Johnny's waiting on the top. Big Hurricane run off the top rope by Gargano. Takes down Robert Roode. Gargano only gets a 1 count as Bobby kicks out relatively quick and easy. Quick knife edge chops. Facebuster by Gargano. Flatliner. Letter press. Only a 1 count. Basement dropkick connects by Gargano. Gargano twisting DDT takes down Bobby Roode. But Roode pops himself back up again. Gargano gets hit with a back elbow right in the jaw. Gargano blocks Bobby Roode. I don't know what Gargano was going for there as Roode squirms out of it and drops him with a jumping neckbreaker. Bobby Roode drops him with a jumping neckbreaker. Into the ropes, mid-ring collision. Mid-ring collision by Gargano and Bobby Roode. Gargano with a quick knife edge chop. Back to the flatliner. But again, Bobby Roode squirms up top, and Gargano gets peeled off the ropes this time, as Gargano goes to the top one too many times, with Bobby Roode taking him off the top. Gargano takes down Bobby Roode and attacks the knee. Into the corner goes Bobby Roode. Gargano follows him with a dropkick into the corner. Gargano shoots the half. But Bobby Roode is too close to the ropes. Bobby Roode is too close to the ropes. And Gargano gets struck with the rope break. Falcon Arrow. Bobby gets taken down with a Falcon Arrow. Into the ropes. Drop down from Gargano. In mid-ring collision by Gargano and Bobby Roode. Gargano gets sent over the top. Roode strikes him and rocks him, and a dropkick sends Gargano tumbling to the outside. Bobby Roode goes to the floor. Gargano with a super kick. Nails the super kick, drops Bobby Roode on the floor. Gargano corkscrew plunge out of the outside by Johnny Wrestling. Corkscrew plunge out of the outside by Johnny Wrestling. Johnny's got himself on the apron. Johnny went for the springboard. He went for the slingshot. Bobby caught him. Discus lariat by Gargano. Discus lariat by Gargano. Letter press. I don't want to call it a clusterfuck, but it was close enough. Gargano. Flatliner. Half-standing flatliner by Gargano. Gargano went up top again and goes crashing to the mat one too many times with that high-risk maneuver. Spinebuster. Spinebuster by Bobby Roode takes down Gargano. Spinebuster by Bobby Roode takes down Gargano. Robert Roode is now on the offensive, taking it to Johnny Wrestling. Bobby Roode is now on the offensive, taking it to Johnny Wrestling. Quick kick out by Johnny, though. Johnny blocks him. Forearm shiver. Johnny's going for the Gargano escape. Johnny's going for the Gargano escape. Johnny's going for the Gargano escape. Can Bobby Roode stay down? Or will Gargano... No, Gargano... I don't know if he couldn't lace his hands all the way or what it was. Bobby finds a way out of it. Gargano plants him. It looked like Gargano was going for the Shining Wizard, but Robert Roode blocked it. Speaking of blocking it, Gargano blocks Bobby Roode and hits him with a chop block. Gargano blocks Bobby Roode and hits him with a chop block. Over the top goes Gargano, crashing to the outside. Roode is going after the knee of Gargano. Robert Roode is going after the knee of Gargano on the outside. He went for a big wind up with that knife edge chop to Bobby Roode, but Gargano sends him into the barricade, and a picture perfect dropkick by Gargano takes down Bobby Roode. Gargano's up top, waiting for Bobby to get back in position, and drops him with a double axe handle. Ladder press, and Bobby Roode barely kicks out at the count of 2. That would have been a flat ending if he didn't kick out. That would have been a bit of a flat ending, in my opinion. I think Gargano might have done it too close to the ropes. Bobby Roode might be too close to the ropes here. I also think Gargano might have been too fixated on the ropes that he might not have been able to lace it into. He might not have been able to lace in the Gargano escape the way he normally does because he was afraid of the ropes and getting the rope break. So he may have had to do it a little different, but he hits him with the thrust kick as Bobby Roode. You gotta figure you know what's coming. Bobby Roode's partner, Dolph Ziggler, Dolph's music playing. Bobby Roode is taking the opportunity. Robert Roode is taking the opportunity to drop him with the pump handle slam. He's taking the opportunity to drop Gargano with the pump handle slam, but Gargano kicks out. Gargano kicks out. Bobby Roode and Gargano are taking it to each other. They're hammering it in. Roode, it looked like he read Gargano. He knew Gargano was going to roll to the outside. It's almost like he knew Gargano was going to roll to the outside. Bobby hits him with a powerbomb on the apron and swings him into the LED board on the side, even though that's not a side with the LEDs. And actually, this is before they had the LED boards on the side. But I guess they can't make it arena specific. Johnny gets sent back into the ring. Johnny's going to get himself back in this match because the right things are going. Bobby Roode has everything going his way. As now Bobby's going after the knee of Gargano. That's not a half crab, it's a half camel clutch. Just putting pressure on the lower back of Johnny Gargano is Bobby Roode. He's putting a ton of pressure on the back of Johnny Gargano right now. But Johnny is fighting it. Johnny is fighting it, trying to fight out of it. And it looks like Gargano got himself out. Discus Lariat takes down Bobby Roode. Slight hesitation by Gargano. May have come back to bite him. But Bobby Roode ends up getting the rope break and keeping himself in the match. Gargano may have found himself. He gets billed off the ropes. Does Gargano. Bobby is taking it to him. Gargano reversed him. Roll up. Pin with bridge. Ladder press. And Gargano gets a 2 count. Bobby Roode kicked out. Gargano catches him with a spinning DDT. Bobby Roode rolls to the outside. Gargano with a tope, but Bobby Roode moved out of the way. Gargano went for the tope, but Bobby Roode moved out of the way. Gargano pulls Bobby to the outside. Tope suicida by Gargano. He pulled Bobby Roode to the floor, then ran back into the ring to run back outside the ring with the tope suicida. He caught him running in. He caught him running in with a spear. The slingshot spear lands. Gargano is feeling it. Bobby Roode kicked out. Bobby Roode kicked out and Gargano can't believe it. Bobby Roode kicked out and Gargano can't believe it. Gargano's going for the Gargano escape again. Bobby Roode might fall victim to the Gargano escape. Bobby Roode might fall victim to the Gargano escape. Bobby Roode may be another one to fall victim to the Gargano escape. So close yet so far. So close yet so far. Bobby Roode is not falling. Bobby Roode is not falling. Bobby Roode is not falling, but Gargano and Bobby Roode are both fighting. Gargano and Bobby Roode are both fighting. I think Bobby Roode might have just busted open Gargano. And the answer to that question is indeed, Bobby Roode busted open Gargano, but Gargano sends Bobby to the floor. Gargano sends Bobby to the floor, reversing him. Back body drop to the outside. Gargano's measuring him. And a big dive to the floor. A neckbreaker to the outside by Gargano. A neckbreaker to the outside by Gargano. Gargano, you see the effect this match has had on Johnny Wrestling. You see the effect this match has had on Johnny Wrestling. Johnny with a neckbreaker. Bobby surprised him. Bobby surprised him. Roll up. Roll up. And Bobby Roode surprised Gargano with a roll-up, and Bobby Roode gets the victory. Bobby Roode gets the victory. Robert Roode surprised Johnny with a roll-up, and Robert Roode shows why he is indeed glorious. Beating Johnny Wrestling, surprising him with a roll-up, getting one over on Johnny, Dave Robert Roode. And that is it from me. I will see you in the next one.